but that's coefficient. And your zeros are essentially -3, right? X plus 3 and +2, right? And then your degree now is going to be 5, right? And the reason why it's 5 because it's 2 plus 3, right? So degree is the sum of your multiplicity. In that case, because it's an odd function and it's a leading coefficient, you have a template which is y is equal to x cubed, right? And as a result, you're going to have, or you're going to expect that your function is going to start from quadrant 3, right? And then you're going to have something on quadrant 1, right? Because it's positive leading coefficient and it's an odd degree. Okay, so we have that written down. Now, how do you draw your graph, right? So when you're drawing your graph, you're going to have -3 and 2, right? Again, we mentioned because it's starting at quadrant 3, that means you're supposed to have your function starting from the bottom, right? So you're starting here and drawing up. So because at -3, you see that it's 3, right? It's an odd multiplicity, however, it's greater than 1. That means you're going to have what you call an inflection point. So an inflection point is also crossing, right? But it's a little bit flatter because you have a change in, there we go. Okay, there we go. So this is flatter as opposed to just crossing because you have a change from concave to convex. Basically, that's what it is. So it's like this right here. So you have a change in your concave to convex, and then this is a little bit flatter, right? So that's what happens at -3. But if you have, let's say, at 2, right? If you're looking at x minus 2 and this is 2, you're just going to bounce, right? And how do you know it's not going this way, right? Going down? Well, if your function is odd, that means you're going to finish at quadrant 1. So that means it has to be on top of your x-axis, right? Or above your x-axis. So you're going to bounce here. Okay, so see that bounce? So it only touches your x is equal to 2 and it doesn't cross that because it's an even multiplicity. Okay, so for even multiplicity, right? For example, if it's greater than 2, what happens to your bounce is it just becomes flatter, right? The greater the number, it just becomes flatter. So for example, this is when multiplicity is 2, right?